Yeah, he's unlike many of them purely because he's so much of a good amateur boxer, and that's what the challenge is here. He's such an amazing amateur fighter with an amateur style, and he hasn't really adapted it or changed it. He's just brought it into the professional game, and what has allowed him to do that, a major factor in that, was him taking part in the WSB. And that's, for people who don't know, that's the World Series of Boxing. It's basically amateur fighters boxing as professionals. They box for money. They box with small 10-ounce gloves on. They box with their hands wrapped in tape, no head guards, no vests on. And he was the champion of that, and he was allowed to adapt and do his time in the WSB and learn the pro game. So when these guys like Vasyl Lomachenko and Alexander Usyk turn professional, in my eyes, they've already been professional for a number of years because they've been in that WSB series, and he just hasn't had to adapt his style. Whereas someone like me, I had to change so many things, coming from 4 2-minute rounds straight over to, you know, 4 threes, then 6 threes, then 8 threes, then 10 and 12 threes. You have to learn to adapt and adjust so many different things from 2-minute to 3-minute rounds. But he was doing 5 3-minute rounds in the WSB, and as I say, didn't need to adapt much. So I've enjoyed studying him. He's an absolutely fantastic fighter. I've got nothing, I have no degrading words or anything really negative to say about him. He's just a fantastic fighter, the most formidable opponent of my career. And you know, if I wasn't fighting him, I'd be a keen admirer and watcher of him. So now that I am fighting him, I'm even more of a keen admirer and watcher. So I admire what he does. He's very good at what he does. But on November the 10th, I just believe I've got the right plan and strategy in place. And ultimately, it's me coaches devised that. It's, can I carry through his wishes? And if I can, I'll be victorious on November the 10th. If I can't, it's going to be a long and painful night for me. Do you hear this old cliche of fighters always saying I'm in the best shape of my career, this is the best camp I've ever had? I don't want to say that, but I'm not going to lie, the results I'm getting and the numbers I'm doing suggest that it possibly is. I came off the treadmill, and my worst fears are treadmills and injuries and sparring, and I absolutely despise the treadmill. And you know, I went up, you know, 30 on, 30 off, and I went up to 23.5k on the treadmill on Saturday, and I was gliding, in all honesty. It 35, was 35 now? I'm 35 years old, yeah, and my weight's gone right, everything's gone right in camp. I've lived by the day. I haven't had a piece of bread in 9 weeks. I haven't had a fizzy drink in 9 weeks. It's over 2 months. I haven't had a bar of chocolate in 9 weeks. I haven't had a roast dinner in 9 weeks. There's just so many different things I can name. But I've heard that ringtone non-stop for the last 9 weeks. There's so many things that I haven't had. And I mean, you know, when I've always been in camp, even as a cruiserweight, I've always, if I felt like a roast dinner on a Sunday, I could have one. But this camp, I haven't been it. You know, if I wanted to cut corners, I probably could, yeah. I probably could have a roast dinner, but I'd pay for it on the Monday when I got weighed. Every week that I come in on the Monday, I'm the same weight that I left the gym as on the Friday. Wow. So, and we keep chipping each week. And it's very, very hard. The dedication levels are huge, but the rewards are huge in this fight. So, you know, I can't afford to cut corners. Everything's got to be perfect. And it has been perfect so far. I enjoyed a little stint in Chicago for 10, 11 days. And it's just, things have gone good. You know, sparring's going good. I've got young, fast, hungry, ambitious fighters in. Very slick, some very good amateurs, some very good pros. Just a mix of all different fights. Because listen, nobody can come in here and out and out replicate Alexander Usyk, because if they could, that means they'd be a top #1 pound for pound elite fighter in the world. So what you have to do is you have to get a number of guys to try and be him, not just be him or be themselves, but get them in at different parts of the fight, of different parts of the different rounds, different times of the sparring sessions. When I'm tired, I need someone really sharp. When I'm fresh, I need someone really clever with good feet. So it's all these different aspects have to be put into place. And I've got a great coach who's doing that. He's identified all these things that we need to work on. He's found the sparring partners. He's found all the people. And I've got to give great credit because, like I say, it's been an absolutely brilliant camp. You know, touch wood. I'm coming towards the end now. This is the first session of my last 2 hard weeks. And well, this is the second session of the day, to be honest. So this is the second session of the first day of the last 2 hard weeks, and I'm getting there. I have exactly 7 pounds to go in body weight, and it will be down to 5 or 4 pounds by the end of the week, and then we just keep going. And not many fighters are honest on where the weight is, what the training is, but I just don't see the point in lying, mate. I've done absolutely everything. There will be no excuses on November the 10th. None of it matters. All that matters is what goes down on November the 10th. The weigh-in won't matter. The press conferences don't matter. The media workouts don't matter. When I step on the scales and I have a few abs, they won't matter. All that matters is what goes down on November the 10th, and that is another defining moment in my career. Don't get me wrong, I've had my most defining moments in my career. I've had its past. No matter what happens on November the 10th, I've had my moments in the glory. I've had my dream came true at Goodison Park on May the 29th, 2016. My dream came true. It became a reality. So this is just literally the icing on the cake. This is Hayachi times 10 on Tekken. This is just, I'm clocking the game for the 5th time. I can't even remember. I think it was a Street Fighter. Was it Sagat was the end guy, and you used to beat him, but then there'd be a Super Sagat and there'd be something else. So this is the Super Sagat level. This is the bonus cars on Grand Theft, the guns that you can't find, or the unlimited pot of gold. So it's just the bonuses that I'm going through now, and I'm really happy, fortunate, and bring on November the 10th.